CBN, NFIU, SEC, CAC. Okay, and what else? Tax reforms aided 10.01 trillion naira revenue collection, says FIRS. Family hopeful on suspended EFCC boss Bowers release. Nigeria loses $4 million daily to oil theft, says NSA. NEMA alert to flooding over Lago Dam opening Cameroon. Tinubu servicing debt with 90% revenue unsustainable. Good pay for judges will lift judiciary, says president. Stock markets deals up by 22%. That sounds good for the markets. Indian PM proposes G20 slots for AU. Okay. Then let's take a look at this day newspaper as well. At Rwanda retreats, Nigerian governors, that's from this day newspaper now. At Rwanda retreats, Nigerian governors declare effective leadership in high demand in Africa. Of course it is. We're hoping from this end that they were able to learn a thing or two from President Paul Kagame of Rwanda. It's not enough to go to Kigali to have retreats. It's a good idea in itself. However, one of the takeaways, as we say, one of the call to actions must be that these governors understand what leadership is in real terms, whether it's in terms of vision, clarity of purpose, or the capacity and the humanity to make sacrifices for their states to prosper. There must be a clear-cut difference between where a governor meets a state and where he leaves it. It doesn't matter whether you spent 4 years. It doesn't matter whether you were there for 8 years. There must be, records must show, history must validate that there's a marked difference between when you came into power as governor and when you left their states, beyond the allocation and security votes that some governors are not able to account for a period of 4, in some cases even 8 years. All right. Okay, they say Nigeria facing huge trust deficit. I'm even glad the governors know that already. Needs to dialogue. Makinde, we are better equipped with adaptive strategies. Okay. Tinubu, Nigeria cannot continue debt servicing with 90% revenue. That's a no-brainer, by the way. 5 states mark 32 years. Reminisce about journey so far. Are those states better today than they were 32 years ago? Okay, Tinubu promises world-class remuneration for judicial officers. Senate unfolds agenda to increase Nigeria's IGR, tackle debt profile, plans fresh legislation on solid minerals to generate $3 billion annually from sector. A lesson in Germany. Okay, that's the deputy governor there speaking. So he's still not back. He's on medical treatment in Germany, we understand. Atiku to Tinubu, tell us how you got into university without primary school. Okay, that story is quite replicated across news dailies this morning. But let's end it all up here with a look at the papers this morning with the Business Day newspaper, which has an interesting cartoon in front of it. It says, wow, this must be some kind of statistics. Is again some kind of veiled reference to the piece of statistic released by the National Bureau of Statistics saying that unemployment has dropped to 4.1% in Nigeria. And that report has received fire and brimstone because those who are also very familiar with how data and statistics work are now questioning the veracity of it. They're saying, even though we know from what the National Bureau of Statistics is saying, we had to tweak a modality, all right, a little. How did we get all the way from the previous report to what we now have? So they are saying there's some sort of politics behind whatever methodology that the Bureau says it had to adopt to get to arrive at these results, these reports. Tinubu under pressure as job-creating sectors struggle, and that's a big problem because if your job-creating sectors are struggling, it just reflects in your economy and it puts the country in an extremely precarious situation. Unemployment, NBS shouldn't ruin its reputation with questionable data. I mean, I've spent between 2015 till today following NBS and its reports, whether it's in the area of transportation and what Nigerians are spending commuting on a daily basis, or whether it's in the area of agriculture, or how small and medium-scale enterprises are doing, or what election spending means for the economy. The NBS has been the go-to institution. But as it stands right now, for the first time, I see people across board questioning statistics by the NBS, and that is something that puts a huge question mark over the reputation of this otherwise very reputable institution. And I understand that the NBS is supposed to be independent and autonomous, but whether those two elements, independence and autonomy, have been of advantage to the NBS, again, is a question they themselves alone can answer. Okay. Here it says higher fees squeeze parents as schools resume. You know that fever that comes with September. Many parents are catching cold and sneezing at the same time already, but they've been surviving it for quite a long time. I'm sure that this year, this academic session, will not be different for them, largely. All right. 5 opportunities to tap from Nigeria's $296 billion blue economy. That's a big conversation, by the way, the blue economy. Some experts have said that Nigeria consumers with promos and weak demand. Those are big headlines this morning from the Business Day. Here on this segment of Global Morning, the Conversation Television, I'm Uyi Agumofo.